right, young welcome will be here once again in Fambra B Sports TV though. Now in the Blasters of Ghana in the World Cup qualifier. In your mind said I want what for Ghana for your Nakuma, but tell a friend to tell another friend that B Sports TV we are back large and in charge. So tell a friend to tell another friend that we on and it's on. So if this is the first time I will pay more any channel leader, but now not subscribe. Now for comment to video now say click the like button and share the video as well. And you better delve deeper into the Blasters game. Your boy against Comoros. We lost by 1-0 far away Comoros. Yeah, sure the performances and the player ratings as far as the Blasters team are concerned. Bad news for the Blasters of Ghana. Once again, Comoros will prove to be a very hard nut for the Blasters of Ghana to grind. Far away Comoros World Cup qualifier, no? The second match for the Black Stars ended in a 1-0 loss for Ghana. Comoros 1, Ghana Black Stars 0. But nonetheless, attempt and grinded the performance of the Black Stars players and coach Chris Hutton had to go in with their favorite 4-2-3-1 formation. And as you can see, the goalkeeper Richard Ofori was in the goal post. He considered one goal a kind of goal. At a point, you can blame him to some extent, especially when your back four will withdraw now, will be defend the ball. You'd have to be on your line. It makes it much more easier for you to save the ball rather than being off your line and pushing up to join the defenders. The more you push up, or allow your defenders to block your view. So when the attacker decides to place the ball, it will be very much difficult for Richard Ofori to save that one. So after he conceded one goal, I think he made some few saves as far as the game is concerned, especially in the first half. He had to parry one ball off the bar. It would have been the first goal for the Comoros national team. So Richard Ofori, the goalkeeper, would have about 4.5 rating. For me, I think he would have done better about that particular goal. And the right back, Dennis Odoi, he didn't make a lot of incursions going forward. And defensively, he let a lot of spaces behind him that the Comoros left-sided attackers were running routes. I wasn't overly or very much impressed at all. And the player in Dennis Odoi will have 4 from me. And I think it's a ratings that would see probably a lot of the Black Stars players giving us a below average of performance. And Dennis Odoi is one of them. Another is Gideon Mensah. And Gideon, I think I will give him about 5 out of 10. He was surging forward mostly, but the crosses, unlike what we saw against Madagascar in Kumasi, and only assist in Nike Williams for that particular goal, or result in a 1-0 win. With this game, he couldn't search forward most often and give incisive crosses of passes, but that energy to join the attack and withdraw when necessary, warrant that I give him 5 out of that is 10 marks. The defensive partnership of Kasim Adams and then also Nicholas Opoku. Nicholas Opoku had a hand in the goal that we considered together with Kasim Adams. They were both drawn nearer to the player that scored the goal, but none of them had that style or attitude of defending perfectly that will prevent the ball from getting to the back of the net or preventing that attacker from shooting on target. Neither Nicholas Opoku or Kasim Adams was able to do that. I will give them 4.5 each as far as that game is concerned. Now to the midfield. And there we had Baba Idrisu plus Abdel Salih Ahmed. Let me talk about Salih Ahmed. If you talk about Salih Ahmed, it's a game that he was substituted during the second half. And if you check the time that Abdel Salih Ahmed had to leave the game, it was around the 65th minute. He was replaced by Majid Ashimeru. He was doing the box-to-box duties in the first half for the Blasters of Ghana. But you'd ask yourself, so Otseje forward, what happens to that defensive breaking or splitting passes? He's unable to find the target man. He's unable to give that kind of incisive passes to find our leading marksman to put the ball into the back of the net. For he playing just 65 minutes, I'll give him 4 out of 10. The partner was Baba Idrisu, who was later substituted before the end of the game. Around the 88th minute, he was replaced by a number 9, in Jonathan Soa. And if you talk about Baba Idrisu, Baba is a typical defensive midfielder who allowed that goal. The goal that the Black Stars conceded, the attacker had to find that space in between Abdul Salis Ahmed and Baba Idrisu. At that moment, you expect that one of them should be aware, and immediately he dropped into that half space. It was a confusion between the two as to who used to pick him up. The run of Abdul Salis Ahmed was beaten to it, and the player in Baba Idris was present. He had then withdrawn perfectly the Obabanawabe to the attacker who was trying to shoot that ball on target. But the art of defending, not just being present, but finding the man with the ball and preventing him from shooting. You can even foul the player outside the penalty box. But Baba Idris had to just accompany the player to go and score that goal. And I think he had a hand in it. He could have done better. And for the first half, for instance, he tried about 4 different crosses or switches of plays, but only 2 of them were targeting or getting to the destinations. It wasn't overly a bad game for Baba Idrisu, but it was much more difficult for him playing about more than 80 minutes for the first time for the Black Stars in a very long time. I think he really struggled to adjust as far as the game is concerned. I will give Baba Idrisu 5 out of 10. Now, to the attackers, let me start with Andre Didayu. He had a very difficult task to play the role of Kudus Mohammed, be the creator-in-chief, support the attackers when we are with the ball, pick up the second ball and withdraw to be part of that double pivot of Salis Ahmed and Inaki Williams anytime the Black Stars are without the ball. But he lacked that kind of energy and endurance to last the whole 90 minutes. He was substituted just before the second half began. He was replaced as far as the game is concerned by Kudus Mohammed, who came on. And for Andre Didayu, I think the expectation on him wasn't really met. Ghanaians, we had some quite divided, that is, opinions. Others were rooting for him to start. Or start the game at all. I think he gave a very good account of himself around the 15th minute to the 25th minute. After then, he went off again, and we really didn't feel the impact of the Ayew. I will give him 4 out of 10. Now, Jordan Ayew also played on the right side of the attack for the Black Stars of Ghana, and Jordan was also eventually substituted. He was replaced on the 81st minute with Abdel Fattah Ishahaku, and Jordan was the one that was holding onto the ball and bringing others into play. But Okita too much Jordan Ayew. When a player is in a better position to find him and give him the next pass, Jordan will be holding onto the play or the ball for much more longer than the time that you would expect that he will release the ball. He didn't excite us, and the few set pieces that we had, he was unable to take advantage and make use of them. I will give Jordan Ayew 4.5 out of 10 because of the set pieces and the fouls and infringements and the whole that play that he was able to add to his game. Antoine Semenyo was the leading marksman, the leading striker. He could have found the back of the net. He had a glorious opportunity in the first half, a glaring chance, and virtually an empty net for him to find the back of the net as early in the game. But Antoine Semenyo had to miss that. Aside that particular chance, he really didn't come back into the game, and it seems that after all said, the mobile, it's hard to just reduce his confidence. He was unable to come back into the game until Antoine Semenyo was substituted on the 65th minute, replaced by Ernest Nyama. I will give Antoine 3.5 out of 10 for that miss alone. He doesn't deserve to even get 4 out of 10, so I'll give him 3.5 out of 10 ratings. And the last but not least is Inaki Williams, another player that created some few chances, one for Antoine Semenyo and another for Jordan Ayew to connect with the head, and Jordan had to miss that one as well. Inaki, for the role that he was playing from the flanks, we'd expect that he will be sending in those kind of crosses, and the ability to withdraw and support the laterals when we are with the ball, Inaki was able to do that. So I will give Inaki Williams 5 out of 10. Even though he wasn't able to find the back of the net, I think he gave a very good account of himself. But as a leading marksman, as a striker, you'll be measured by the goals and assists that you are able to score. It was an average performance. Now to the substitutions, we had Ernest Nyama coming into the game, and Ernest, for what we know of him, he's a very good speedster. takes on the opponent, dribbles past them and squares a ball or shoots on target for a rebound for his teammate to finish. But in the we saw only one of his traits getting it right. When an all square ball Dama Kudus Muhammad, he attempted one touch and unfortunately born into one call on target. He will be 4 for me from Ernest Nyama. Majid Ashimiri would also have 4.5 for me at a point. Not as the lone pivot, a game that the Black Stars started with a double pivot. Now Majid Ashimiri, who isn't a typical pivot, was playing as the lone pivot in the middle of the park, but he was able to search for one when necessary and withdraw to cover the back four as well. Also when necessary, it will be 4.5 for me as far as Majid Ashimiri's performance is concerned. Kudus Mohammed, we didn't enjoy him and it seems that he wasn't really very much ready for this fixture. And last but not least, Jonathan Mensah would also have about 3 for me as far as the fixture is concerned. So this is the ratings from us here at B Sports. What do you think about the performance of the Black Stars as far as the 1-0 loss to Comoros is concerned? Let us hear from you from the comment section. Leave a comment beneath the video and let us also know what you think about the performance of the Black Stars in the 1-0 loss. This is B Sports on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, add your comments and share as well. Thank you for watching.